Let's go. Let's go to the next one. Jean-Claude Lhomme. Oh, this is Spanish. Un placer. Before all, thanks for this opportunity. I'm recently graduated 3D from Artist Passion in Rubica, Montreal, school here in Canada where I'm located. 2 intense years in 2D, mainly making short films and characters, and still 3D. I just love making characters and see how they turn out live. I will appreciate to hear your comments and recommendations. I'm pushing 2 new full characters that ideally will help me hit a nice job as soon as possible. Let's take a look. Okay. This one I don't love. The reason I don't love it is the render. Pretty much the renders. Textures are not that bad, but they're a little bit too saturated. I don't know, it just looks a little bit weird. I'm not sure if you were following a concept. The models seem a little bit on the basic side of things. So I'm not sure if that's a very successful piece. The Gardener, Wildflower Short. Yeah, we definitely need to improve a little bit more on the characters, man. I'm gonna show you in just a second what I mean by that. Like, this is very cool. The fact that you know the full process, right? Like a blend shapes and rigging and animation, that's pretty nice. Like, it looks to me like you're going for this or like a generalist role. But here's the thing. Like, if I take a look at the character, there's a lot of definition that we're missing, especially from an anatomy perspective. Okay, and this is one like very interesting thing. When we're doing or dealing with stylized characters doesn't necessarily mean soft characters like what we have right here. So one thing that we can do is we can definitely, you know, like play with the forms that anatomy gives us. Okay. Oh. You can still keep the sort of like strong silhouettes, right? Like this sort of like cartoony silhouette. But we gotta be able to see, you know, something, a little bit of definition on the body. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult, right? A good example of this is like a Stoic from DreamWorks, right? Stoic, How to Train Your Dragon. So the Death, if you take a look at the Death, and you see the models that they did for the Death, yes, he looks soft, right? But you can still see the muscles on the arms, so like the forms of the characters. Even this like guy right here, the body that he has, you can see the deltoid, you can see the bicep, you can see the tricep. So it's not just like a cylinder just goes in and creates the whole thing. There's definition and there's forms to it. So that's the kind of thing that you definitely want to try and add here. And another thing that's, again, very important, especially in shoes, I see this all the time. Make sure that they look flat. Right now, they look very, very round on the ground, and that can be, again, a little bit problematic, okay? Again, I really like the fact that you're going for the whole thing. You're going for animation, you're going for rendering, you're going for everything. But we definitely need to clean up our forms a little bit more, okay? Now, this is something that I see quite common in schools, and I'm not blaming you or anything, but there's a lot of situations where students are taking a specific like program and then they do what you mentioned in your message. They pivot to 3D at the end of the program, so it's kind of like they're just starting 3D at the end of their bachelor's or whatever, right? So it's very important that you understand that you will need to invest way more time on all of the skills related to 3D, like modeling, sculpting, rendering, texturing, so that you can get even better results. The good thing is you already have a good idea. Hopefully you've learned about like storyboard and design and things like that. So it's probably a good idea to use all of those skills in your next projects. But be very smart about what projects you pick, okay? Let's see. Does making a 3D model based on real life references good or bad? I recently talked with a weapon artist from GAT Studios who used to hire elites as well. What he advised me not to make real replica. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun idea. Like one of my favorite like rifles from like war games is the M1 Grand, right? It's like a very fun one. So if you're just starting and you want to look for some references and try to do it yourself, that's fun. But to be honest, most of these weapons, most of the real weapons have been modeled already. So again, studios can just buy them online and they can buy like even like the blueprints that they use to fabricate them. So they're gonna be like precise to the millimeter, right? So in those cases, it's better to just look for a weapon concept art. Yeah, you're gonna, again, it's gonna stand out more if you do a weapon that has never been done before. It's just like part of the deal. So if you want to do a real weapon, that's fine. It's gonna work. But I think I agree with that person you talked, that it's better, or you might encounter more challenging things that show how good of a modeler or a like prop artist you are if you do something that does not exist, because you're gonna have to figure out a lot of things. Let's see, what kind of project would you recommend that could match my style? Jean-Claude. Yeah, definitely something like a Fortnite skin or something similar. Like if you look for stylized character concept art, you should find something that looks like a little bit more interesting. You can even go with like cartoon characters like this one. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with something like Pixar style. But yeah, like something like this is perfectly fine. Let's see, like if you want to do like something like this, right? See again how the forms and all of the muscles and things are working a lot nicer. Like even this one right here, this one's right here. Like there's a lot of like concepts online that are very, very stylized. Like if that's what you want to go for, that's fine. But we gotta like really, really focus on the silhouette. And again, not trying to do too many commercials here, but if you want to do something a little bit more stylized, then this one right here, the Oni course, might be a good start for you, so that you can like polish some of your ZBrush skills a little bit more, because we do focus on something that's not as realistic. Okay, hope that helps, my friend. Is there a formula to personal style discovery, Max Swag? Oh, that's a great question. And yes, there is an answer to that. So, personal style is the combination of your personal experience, your skills, and your knowledge. Okay, very important. 3 things: personal knowledge, or rather personal experiences, skills, and knowledge. Personal experience, it's what's really gonna make you unique, because you have the games that you like, the films that you like, the type of art that you like, the things that you resonate with. Skills and knowledge, the other 2 very important factors, pretty much everyone's gonna have a similar sort of like level. But the very important thing that people forget, that I see this every single time, especially in new students when they're getting into the first courses at university, they think that the first one, personal experiences or personal style, is the most important one. I don't agree. The reason why I don't agree is because it's very difficult to evaluate that. However, if you have strong foundations in your skills and strong foundations in your knowledge, you will be able to then use your personal experiences to create something of your own. A perfect example of this from my point of view is, for instance, the dragon head that I've been doing. Someone was asking about this manga, right? So this is a dragon head. It's an old like a thumbnail that we did for it like a couple of months ago. It has a lot of influence from World of Warcraft, for instance, because that's sort of like part of the things that I liked and the things that I resonate with. It might have some like things that have to do with like League of Legends or games like that, because I like the sort of like stylized, exaggerated, larger than life things. So when I do things, that thing resonates, but I need to be a master of form. I need to be a master of like design. I need to understand animal anatomy. I need to understand the softwares so that I can really express myself and create something that looks the way I want it to look, right? So here, let me show you. So this one right here. So it's very important that you understand this, that you need those 3 pillars, but you really need to invest on the foundations of skills and knowledge before you start developing that sense of your own sort of way of creating things. Okay, again, a lot of people want to sort of like jump that step and go directly into creating their own style when they don't even know what styles are out there. It's kind of like if you go to a restaurant, right, and you want to taste like the best dish there. Well, you're not going to know what the best dish is unless you get a little bit of a taste of everything else. Once you have a good informed decision of all of the different dishes, then you're going to be able to say, this is the thing that I like the most, this is the thing that I resonate with the most, this is what I want to order, right? I know we can't do that all the time, but it's very similar to a lot of things in life. Music as well, right? Like you need to first listen to a bunch of things and then realize, hey, this is what I really, really like. I'm going to give you another example. We talked about music the other day, like right on last on last stream, and I was mentioning that I'm sort of like a metalhead. I like to listen to heavy rock and heavy metal, symphonic rock, symphonic metal, all of these things. But a couple of years ago, someone introduced me to jazz, and jazz to me was always like, I don't think I'm gonna like jazz. And I really like jazz. It's really, really nice. It might not be my first pick, but it's definitely one music that if I hadn't heard it, if I hadn't been informed, if I didn't have that knowledge, I would just like not even use it at any point, or get influenced by it at any point. So the same thing happens with art. That's why you need to study the masters, you need to study art history, you need to study all of these things and see what people are doing so that you can inform your own style and grow from there. Okay? Hope that makes sense, my friends. Time, experience plus skill plus likes. Yep, that's a style. Exactly, my friend. That's pretty much it.